have it. It's invisible, it's there, but we allow people to easily break it. And let me prove to you it's true. You see, every tree, has it. So the cannabis family, the smell. So if you have a cannabis tree here, let me show you how far its force fields go. You see, from the moment you sniff it and say, there's something in the air around here, that's where the force field, the energy for it stops for you. That's how good your nose is. Someone will smell it further back. Someone will have to get closer. Everyone has a different energy. Everyone has a different energy. So, this particular brother of ours and sister of ours, Adriani the herb, her job, as the accounts will say, and his job, as the accounts will say, is to give us everything that nature wants to give us. And like I said, Earth has a force field and is a radio transmitter and a radio receiver. When you're transmitting radio, all you're doing is clocking into the radio frequency of Earth to carry your message from one point to the other, or to carry your voice from one point to the other. But if Earth didn't have one, you couldn't log into it. So get this. When you smell, this thing, that's how strong its energy is. And therefore, if that is part of your 20%, when you consume this part of you, it will enhance you physically, spiritually, mentally, and everything, to also that degree that only people who can gravitate to you can break that force field and come close. Because you see, a force field, it doesn't stop everything. Some things' energy match it, so they go through. It's the same. It's just like when you're ill. You just need to find the right medication that will heal you. So get this. You need, to transmit something. Your first thinking is to get a radio transmitter, get on the radio and transmit. My first thinking is, I need to plug myself in to Earth's transmission. But how do I do that? Let me show you something. Because you're the same composition as Earth. I don't care what religion you're in. But this is what our belief teaches us. You need to connect to the bigger you in order to enhance your energy, in order for whatever it is you're wishing for to be carried to the source of where your life began, because that's where you seek favors from. And since you are earth, water, air, and sun, it means you need to connect these four at any one time. But get this, you need to connect them in yourself and also physically. So I'll say, the only places, that earth, water, air, and sun meet, it will show itself to you. So on the beach, earth and water side by side, air and sun on top and below and inside and everywhere. All the four pillars of life I've met is rich, and the proof of it is in the sea. Loads of fish, loads of varieties. And there life connects. And there you take off your shoes, you go into the water. You're connected to earth, water, air, and sun. Now your voice is the voice of the wind. The wind will carry your wishes, to its origin, the origin of life. You're stood on earth and you're connected. Earth will carry your message to its origin, the origin of life. You stood in frama, in air, water, sun. You're accessing life. So life will take your message to the creator of life. Jesus Christ pointed it out, preaching on the beach. Jesus Christ pointed it out, preaching on the mountains, fresh air, bare vegetation, trees, everything. The air is oxygenated. He's not trying to cloud your mind so he can ask you for money. He's trying to open your mind so you can give up money. That's why he said, give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar, and give unto Nanenyame what belongs to Nanenyame. Yeah, and what did he do? He gave to Caesar the coin, and he stood there and gave his life to God. So watch this. He said, for the lack of knowledge, my people perish. They banned the herb because Moses fully understood that the herb can speak to you and carry the energy and the message from the origin point of life. Because as Hebrew accounts will tell you, Adriane is a human being just like Bibini and Broni. And if Bibini and Broni are made unto the image of God and expect God to speak to them, then Adriani is also made in the image of God, and God has spoken. It is the foundation upon which the law is built. You cannot exclude Adriani because it's against Broni, Bibini, and Adriani's human rights. Yeah. If a human being, whether Broni or Bibini, holds Adriani, they're holding a brother or a sister. They're not holding cannabis. Cannabis is illegal. But Adriani and Bibini and Broni, they're not. And if you prevent them from holding each other, it means under phonetic law, which is also the origins of the language upon which you speak, you're preventing a human from accessing another human. Therefore, you're breaking the human rights law. Let me prove to you, that I'm coming from good source. You see, Hebrew accounts, we call your soul, Okra. You see, Egyptians, who are the originators of the Grecians and the Freemasons in English, they call the soul Ra. Ra equals soul. Okra equals soul. But what is the true meaning of Okra? Watch. O is a separate word. Kum, separate word. Ra, separate word. It's 3 words forming a sentence. And then the answer to the sentence it forms, becomes the answer, the name of the soul. So how do I prove it? Watch. My people, before they named the soul, they studied the soul. They knew about their soul. They knew they had a soul, and they studied it to find out exactly how the soul helps them. But get this, the name Ra was already established. It meant soul. But they knew it wasn't just a soul. It did something. But what does it do? So, after playing about a bit and realizing what it does, they realized your soul fights for you. Your soul, it fights for you. It wars for you. In times of problems, if you can defeat your enemies in the soul dimension, then they knew you have defeated them physically. So it fought for you. So when they went to name it, they called it, in other words, it fights for you, it wars for you, and they called it Okun-Ra. O means your, Kun means fighting, Kun means warring. Just like the Egyptians say, Ra means soul. So, your fighting soul, your warring soul, Okun-Ra. Okun-Ra. Now, let me prove to you, that finding one that's good for you and drinking as a herbal tea, will strengthen your immune system, and will keep coronavirus away. You see, in Hebrew Iconology T993, we have a writing system called Edinkra. Edinkra. This in Egyptology is called hieroglyphics or hieroglyphics. Now we're going to talk about just one. This one is called Jinyame. Now we're going to describe it. Remember, I said it attacks your immune system, and it attacks you, to the core of you. Now, I want you to get the Jinyame sign, the Jinyame symbol, the hieroglyphics, the Edinkra in front of you. Now, it should look like this, To your right, there should be a bit protruding going up from bottom going up. To your left, there should be a bit protruding from top coming down. And in the middle, there should be what looks like a zigzag line. Now, if you have it in front of you this way, at the top, write Jinyame, Gye space Nyame, Jinyame. Now, this sign, I put it to you, I'm going to explain it fully, and then you're going to understand the science behind everything my people did. I need you and the spirituality behind everything they did, but how spirituality and science come to meet feely for you to see. Watch. When you have the sign like that in front of you, the first thing I want you to look at is the middle section, the what looks like the zigzag line, the middle section. And I want to tell you straight away, that represents the spinal column of humanity. Now, to the left, with a bit protruding out, the Bible tells you that God took a rib from the man, and formed a rib from the woman. But we're talking about a rib being used twice. So, on the left, protruding from the top, going down, is one rib cage. On the right, protruding from the bottom, going up, is another rib cage. In the middle of these two holes are shorter rib cages that have been chopped off. The artist, the carver, has chopped these things off. But there's a reason behind it. Watch. Now, you can look at this carving as a patient on the doctor's table about to be operated on. So, my people believe, all you can do is deliver what? Okay, watch. The patient is about to be operated on. You can see now, that's the anatomical area of the patient. But at the deep level where the bone is. At the deep level where the bone is. So this patient is sick at the core. And they need to operate. But they're saying Jinyame. Do you know what Jinyame means? J, the word J, it means only. It means get. It means got. It means take. Yeah, Nyame, let's say it means God. So only God, accept God, take God, have God, got God, Jinyame. Why are they saying that? Because my people realize that they're not gods. So, if a patient came to them sick, they understood that the treatment for any illness, is nothing. But it's to the core. You have to make your treatment touch the core. And how do you touch the core? You see the human body, all it is a chemistry pot. And everything you put in your body keeps distilling it to get its finest property out. This finest process, the final bit of this process, is actually hidden within your spinal column. This process is hidden within your spinal column. Why within your spinal column? Is for the top protection. Top protection. Why? Because it's distilling your food to the point of the source of its life. The finest part of the food's source of life. Because that's where the best part of it lives for you to live an optimum life. So what is this called scientifically? Scientifically, this is called laminin 111. Are you understanding me? Laminin 111. What is laminin 111? Laminin 111 is the richest part of life. What is life? Life is the coming together of four things: earth, water, air, and sun. You see, earth is volatile. It has energies. Water as water is volatile. It has energies. Air as air is volatile. It has energies. Sun as sun is volatile. It has energies. But the creator of life, me and you, so me that you're listening to, I'm a combination of these four energies. But get this, it means the creator had to find a way, to neutralize the four energies so they will come together and stay together and hold humanity together. That's what I am right now, and that's what you are. You see, but it means if you're a carpenter may use nails, the glue. Something has to be holding water to earth, air, and sun in you. That thing is called laminin 111. Now, my people, that is their depiction of this enzyme, laminin 111. But they named it only God, except God. What do they mean by that? Because my people realize this: there's nothing that can heal the human but 1, 2, 3, 4 things. If the human comes to a place of healing called Ayarisabire and the person is ill, whatever the illness is, your best option is to locate, that person's 20% of herbs and the foods. Not just to give the person food, but you need to check their blood. And there are ways to check people's blood without drawing blood, through their palms and through signs. And get this, once you check their blood, you roughly know the food groups in here, in there, and then you try them. If you get close to the 20% that are in this person's DNA, what that means is that it will distill them to its finest level, which is the point of life, laminin 111, where earth, water, sun and air are neutralized to safety to create a glue that binds life together. Because all that an illness is something that unbinds your life. An illness is unbinding you, it's killing you. So you need to get your glue, which binds you, to come and bind you. So if you've got an injury, an open injury, you need to get more laminin through you, so that will bind your injury and close it. It's the glue of life. Nothing about you can be attached to you if it has not been coated in a glue that holds the four elements together. But you see, it is distilled to a molecular level, which is finer than air. Because remember, the laminin of air has to be taken, and we can't see air already, and air will be distilled past air. Remember, even the trees can see air, because remember, they catch it and they take the filth out of it, so they can see it. They can even touch it, but we can't see it. We just breathe it in. We got no choice. But the trees, they catch it and they take filth out of it. Listen, I'm telling you, nothing, nothing happens for a reason. The useless argument was coming, but it will be a useless argument if the thing was already legal. But let me tell you, you see, herb, it wasn't meant to make anyone rich, but it was meant to make everyone rich. Listen, I'm telling you, I am telling you, you need to fight, you need to fight, not for it to be legalized so you can go and buy it under control. You need to fight so you can grow, a certain amount of plants openly in your gardens. Let me tell you something, I told my cousin today, I told him, listen, I want to put this fire up, and that's when he made that comment. And this is because I can prove, that our human rights is being broken, and Adriani's human rights is being broken, and he's looking at me funny. And I said, it's in our culture, it's who we are, and our language forms the basis of what they call English, because English was not formed by the English, it was formed by the Greeks, alpha and beta. But I pointed something out to him and I said, listen, they tell you you're reading a 26 alphabet, but listen, in the alphabet of the English, you say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. This means, did you say one number? This is what? What do you mean by that? This means, in the A to Z, do you mention a number? This is no. This means, when you write it, do you see a number? This is no. So this means, it's not an alphabet, is it? It's an alpha system. It's an alpha system, purporting to be an alphabet system. If it was an alphabet system, like the Akans, they have A, B, D, E, E. You see, E is written like 3. It's written as 3, but it's within the alphabet. Is me and Sa. It's within the alphabet. It means we have a representation of a bet within an alphabet. The Greeks, they have it too. I is not actually, in Greek, it's not actually I, is 1. They have a true alphabet. The Freemasons, they have it too. They have the same as the Greeks. I is not I, is 1. Number 1, the top of the pyramid, the tip of the pyramid. I'm telling you, listen, I was telling my cousin, I can show you a language, that will have the ends on lock. Listen, a language of many tongues. And he said, show me, man. And I said, it's the same language that freed the Hebrew Levites. the 12 tribes. I told him, okay, go to 69 Army on YouTube and go to a video by 69 Army called The Unexplainable Explained. And then afterwards come back and I will teach you a language which when you speak with anyone, even murderers, whatever it is you're into, you won't worry about the police finding it. Because according to the court system, this language doesn't exist. And since it doesn't exist, you can get away with murder. Because I will give you, a language system that makes you a Hebrew Levite high priest, that makes you a pharaoh beater. And he laughed. I said, go to 69 Army. I'll see you tomorrow. Part 2. So, going back to the JUDGEMENT sign. So my people call this symbol, which shows the human anatomy, JUDGEMENT. But understand this, that is the physical aspect of the JUDGEMENT sign. Now, I told you earlier they took 2 ribs away. 2 ribs away from the left and 2 ribs away from the right. Now, I need to explain what that is. But before I explain, look at the facts of it, On your right, you have a bone protruding from the bottom going up, and then 2 ribs have been cut short. But when you look at the empty space, look at it carefully, There's a hand coming from above. But it's a spiritual hand because God, is omnipotent and can't be seen. So they didn't want to represent God physically. So he represented the hand of God, but using the invisible air to do it. If you look on the left hand side with the one protruding from the top going down, the same idea is a hand, but it's a hand coming from below. So just like in the Bible, Jesus stood on the boat and reached down to help the man come up. That bit, ignore the pictures, ignore everything, just the bit of the 2 hands meeting. That's what you have here. When one has connected to life, one will receive the touch of God. Life, the origin of life is so fine, it's finer than air. When one has reached that end, one will receive the touch of God. JUDGEMENT. What are my people saying? They fully recognize that they're human beings and they cannot heal life. So they can help life to heal. Locate the person's 20%, feed them the 20%. Let their bodies, that distill it to whatever goodness you can. Let their bodies deal with the rest. Now, as long as you give them everything that their body requires, the rest is in the hands of God. JUDGEMENT. That's how my people represented treating you from the core, treating you at the laminin level. How is this represented in science? Okay, in science is represented like this. A stick, so a staff, like the staff of Moses, with 2 DNA strands, one starting from the left, going to the right at the top, one starting from the right, going to the left at the top. Like in the end, it will look like a human being stood straight with the arms stretched, like Jesus hanged on a cross. So they represented, laminin, which is the glue of life. So life, that which holds and binds life together. They represented it the same way the human is shaped when the human's arms are open. The same way Jesus is represented on the cross. And Jesus said he is the bread of life. He is life. Laminin is the glue of life. If laminin is not present in you, you will not be held together. You will be separate earth, water, and sun. You will not be an entity that I recognize. Only when laminin is involved in the equation. Jesus is saying he is life. He is saying he is laminin. And laminin is in the same shape of the cross. On your ambulances, laminin is depicted, but this time it's called Sidicus. And it's got a staff again. This time, 2 snakes. One going to the left, one going to the right. And they meet at the top where they look like they're going to bite the head of the staff. Why? The staff is only a representation of your spinal column. And where's the proof in that? They say, have a backbone, get a backbone. Moses got a backbone. Moses, became powerful. He got a backbone and he stood up against them. But get this, he got his backbone when he received a message through Adriani. So this time around they banned Adriani, but also their medication. They then put a blueprint, called the Sidicus, which depicts what medication is actually about. Listen, the whole idea of the Egyptians they were looking to make money, and because money brought you power. So to make money is one thing, but they were looking to dominate the people, because they had a hierarchical system where one is God and people below, and then there's shits below. You understand what I'm saying? So the whole idea was simple. Keep them keen and they will keep coming. How? Poison their foods. But they live in a city where they can't go and forage for their own food. They're under taxation system. The pharmaceuticals are yours. You're the one feeding them the medication. You're the one creating the diseases you claim to be healing, like the coronavirus. Do you see what I mean? The people become dependent to you. They become mental slaves. They become slaves to it. Right now they're using the coronavirus to shut down countries. Why? Because it's an installation. Listen, they're installing the book of Enoch. This is the truth, where angels and demons came down and the poor were at the mercy. They're installing the book of Enoch. I can prove everything I'm telling you, but I'm trying to show you this. So get this, the coronavirus is something that attacks you with the immune system. It means, get this, you see, its cure is nothing but strengthening your immune system. That's its cure. And you see things, plants, like the herbs, the best way to strengthen yourself is a tree that tells you of its presence, when you're still not that close to it. Do you know why? It's telling you that it's got a really strong energy field. It's telling you that, and especially one that speaks to you. But let me tell you how you consume it, because get this, you see Moses, he inhaled it. The tree was burning, there would have been fumes. The Bible doesn't say there weren't no fumes, but it's logical to assume if there's a tree burning, especially a green one, and if it's on fire, then it will create fumes, because there's moisture within the tree. You need to ask yourself, why would you block it? Get this. You see Benylin is more harmful than the herb. Benylin is more addictive. It's got heroin in there than the herb. But they allow us to give that to our babies. Why? Because you see Benylin, Even the greatest amongst us will be destroyed by it. And certainly if you give it to babies, then you've already changed their destiny's course. But you see weed, you see the herb, I'm telling you, yeah, there's many ways to consume it. And some of the ways, yeah, listen, if your baby is teething and is crying, they give you artificial shit they've created. I'm telling you, yeah, rub the oil on the baby's gums. Not only will the baby, yeah, be soothed, also the baby will sleep sound. And there will be no after effects, because it's natural. But they rather, yeah, you have Jack Daniels in your thing, and some people are knocking their kids out of Jack Daniels. This thing is actually, yeah, if consumed right and at the right levels, yeah, so measured right, yeah, it will enhance a child's mind. You can actually give this to a child in a formula that the child doesn't even know what it is until they're old enough to know. If your child had tics, you know to give them that. But it's not only for kids with tics, it's for kids who find it hard to sleep. A tiny little bit in their milk, tiny little bit, rub it on their gums. Don't make them aware of it. Put honey to it so it's sweet, so they think it's honey. But don't make them aware this is what I'm giving you until they're old enough. Because sometimes making someone aware of this in their mind, when they start thinking it is what you say it is, then they start putting everything to that. And that is what creates addiction, when your mind has accepted it. But when it's just medication and you've accepted this medication, but it's for top up, yeah, your mind is not gonna go weak. Oh, I need that thing. Addiction is not all physical. Some of it is, well, majority is in your mind. I need it. Like my friend Tom Tom, he sees someone's camera here and he was trying to justify it, and I said, Tom Tom, you need to take it back. And he went, but I need it. He was trying to justify himself, yeah, so much. He came out like a baby. He hasn't spoken to me since. Listen, I'm telling you, see this coronavirus, yeah, you can heal it. I'm telling you, yeah, grab some natural herbs, yeah, some natural herbs, cinnamon, this, that, rah, this, rah, that, yeah. Listen, don't cook them all together. People add this to that and this to that and this to that and this to that, and then they boil it all together. Every living plantation, like me right now, I'm boiling, I'm sweating. If there was someone else in here, that person would be totally fine. We're all burning at different temperatures. So you need to get many pots on. Put everyone in their separate pot and boil them at the right temperatures to release their naturalness. And all you do, yeah, is take a pint glass and then take a spoon, a small ladle, and a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this, a bit of that, a bit of this. Yeah, you can drink them individually. Yeah, or you can drink them in a cocktail. Add a little bit of honey. Add a bit of the oil and mix it and drink it. Listen, I'm telling you, you can sip this as tea in the evening, yeah, while you're chilled there under the tree chatting to the missus. Today, yeah, I was chilling with my boys here, and I looked up here and I said to my boy, what tree is this? He said, Aliguntugu. I said, what? He said, it's a fruit, it's called Aliguntugu. And I said, Ali going to go? Going to go where? And he said, no, Aliguntugu. I said, yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Just chillax. But listen, don't let them sell it to you. They'll poison it first. Because it's all about control. Let's free the herb.